Hey, it's Tank Tantlinger, and Art Rooney and I got something for you. Like our Facebook page, Pittsburgh Sports Talk, Pittsburgh Sports Talk, like our Facebook page, and we're going to choose one lucky person to win my new book, Harry Greb, Pittsburgh's first sports superstar, and also a $25 Pittsburgh Steeler zero friction golf glove. Really simple, baby. Like our Pittsburgh Sports Talk page, and one lucky person in December will win my new book about Harry Greb, the baddest man ever to walk the streets of Pittsburgh, PA, and a Pittsburgh Steelers $25 zero friction golf glove. Pittsburgh Sports Talk. Like us on Facebook. All right, Mikey. Defense, defense, defense. You're not buying it, are you? Defense, you gotta love Tuitt. 3.5 sacks on the year. Let's talk about the big thing.
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick, the tuna fish out of Miami. He's now a Steeltown kid. Man, did he live up to the billing or what?
Yeah, he comes as advertised. He made some great plays. You know, you got Joe Hayden, tips the ball, he makes the pick. The big play was the causing the fumble on Raheem Mostert.
He likes to hit, baby.
It was a perfect tackle. He was filling the entire time. He comes down and plays inside the box, makes the tackle, he fills. He can drop back and plays coverage. I mean, he helps the defense a ton, but I still don't think it's enough.
Well, it's certainly not enough, but he comes as, well, whatever the packaging was on when he came up here, I've bought into it even after just one game, and I think Steelers Nation has too. Now you got a problem, Mike. In case the old bean isn't working and the old chalkboard isn't going for you there, Coach. So, okay, this is the problem. You now got a stud at safety in Fitzpatrick. Sean Davis, I love. He's led the team in tackles. Sean Davis will knock the snot out of you. He likes to hit people. That's kind of why he's hurt right now, his shoulder. Then you got the other guy, Terrell Edmonds back there, who, Mike, I don't think he likes to hit. I've watched him over 2 seasons. I don't think he likes to jack people up, as I'd like to say. Fitzpatrick will knock your teeth out. Sean Davis will knock your teeth out. Now you got Terrell Edmonds. You have a good problem that's going to come up down the road, Mike. I'm putting the coach's hat on you. You got 3 safeties. What do you do now?
I would say, you know, on heavy run situations, obviously you're going to have your 3 linebackers, you're going to have 2 safeties. But when they go to nickel and it's possible like a 3rd down run situation, you know, you can put 1 down in the box to help stop the run as more of a faster speed guy because they want speed on the field. And, you know, you can actually have, you know, maybe 1 play the nickel spot on certain nickel run type situations. You know, a lot of teams are going to that 3 wide receiver set. You're going to look at the Bengals coming in this week. They're running the Rams offense. Zach Taylor brought Sean McVay's offense. That's heavy 11 personnel. That's 1 tight end, 1 running back, 3 wide receivers. A lot of times you're playing nickel personnel because you got that extra speedster. Now all of a sudden you can put the safety down, play some coverage, and play the run.
Well, that's the problem. That will be the conundrum. What do you do now that you've got 3 quality safeties? I've said this before, Mike. Sean Davis should be playing strong safety. Edmonds should be playing free safety. He doesn't like to hit people. Watch the tape, people. Watch the tape. It tells everything. The eye in the sky doesn't lie, Mikey. Edmonds doesn't like to hit. So, great problem to have down the road. But, Mike, it doesn't solve a major problem right now. That center of the field was wide open, whether your linebackers were running out of there, whether somebody from the safeties wasn't covering the middle. The 49ers were able to attack that. Devin Bush, when he was involved on a tackle, you know, we were always taught, Mike, you flow down the line, you attack the hole, you attack the blocker, you attack the ball carrier. You don't make a tackle 8 yards back or you'd be riding a pine.
Yeah, you know, he's a little light in the rear. You know, he's he's undersized, a little shorter, not as stocky or as big as some other linebackers, so he's getting pushed around a little bit.
He is, Mike. He's getting caught in the wash in the line. I'm not going to sugarcoat this.
You can sit there and you say, oh, well, the defense they had 5 turnovers. Look, okay, the fumble caused by Micah Fitzpatrick, 100%. That was him. That was the defense. The interception that Joe Hayden tipped, Micah Fitzpatrick got 100%. But
my uncle hit $500 on a scratch-off ticket last week. That does not make him a mathematician, Mike. Yeah. It makes him lucky.
And so, you know, Garoppolo hits, you know, Matt Breida. Matt Breida bobbles the ball, falls right into T.J. Watt's lap. and then the other two were fumbled snaps. I mean, one was underneath center. Garoppolo dropped the ball. They ended up getting it, and then
the only legitimate one was Fitzpatrick knocking the ball out.
Well, that's and the Joe Hayden tip. I mean, he made a great play on a defender, tip ball all the time, pass drill, defensive backs, they work on it all the time. Great coverage, great run tackle on those two. But the other two were a little lucky. The one, Breida tips the ball up to T.J. Watt, fumble snap, Garoppolo, ball's on the ground in the red zone, and then another one late in the game in the fourth quarter in the red zone. They got the guy in motion, ball snapped. I mean, that's pee-wee football stuff that the 49ers are shooting themselves in the foot there 3 times. So 2 of the 5, yes, good defense, but those other 3, it didn't help. I mean, late in the game, they had a chance to stop the Niners, and they didn't. I mean, they literally went right down the field and scored.
Well, Mike, you just pulled the Band-Aid off my other rant for this week. The Steelers went out, they went down to the Kansas City Chiefs and said, you know what, we may be a Super Bowl contending team again this year, so we're going to get rid of Steven Nelson, you can have him. I'm going to tell you right now, I've been watching him during camp, I've been watching the film. You might as well get Artie Burns back in there right now and hope Artie's learned his lesson and his head is right. Mike, he can't, and you'll understand this, you guys who know football, I've watched the tape on him. He can't drop his hips and close in on the wide receiver. He doesn't have closing speed. He plays way off because he's afraid of getting torched. And if you go and you watch the final Jimmy Snaffa-Lobagalobulus pass to the end zone, he throws there. Yeah. Nelson was in position.
I'm not sure what that coverage was.
It was horrible.
Because I heard, Ryan Clark on ESPN say, it was cover 2 corner. He's got to get in there and intercept that ball.
Yeah.
But, I don't think it's a typical cover 2 because the linebacker runs with the back end of the flat. That's not your typical cover 2. I think he thought that, it was maybe a flat route and a corner route. I thought he'd think by looking at the film again, maybe Garoppolo was going to go high with it, so he didn't want to get beat deep. He started running back, and
Mikey,
Garoppolo put it right in front of him. Regardless,
Mikey, I hear what you're saying there.
It was a possible turnover that could have been taken. Big players make big plays in big games.
Exactly.
And he's not making big plays.
Yeah, I get what Mike's saying here about the coverage, etc. But when it came tit for tat, and he had 2 feet to close, he did the wrong thing. I'm not sold on Nelson. Look, he's an Achilles heel on your defense right now, Mike.
Week 1, they had a problem against the Patriots. Week 2, they had a problem
by 30 points.
They had a problem against the Seahawks. They had a problem against the 49ers. The one bright spot was Mika Fitzpatrick.
All right.
we're not out of the, everything's not going to be solved. All these problems were there when Ben left. They're still there. The O-line was struggling. The run game was non-existent. The play calling was atrocious. You're not getting anything, okay? So just don't be putting the blame on Mason Rudolph right now because he's doing
Mike, I'm not.
I think I think a lot of people in Pittsburgh are, hey, Mason Rudolph's not our guy.
Mikey, there's a guy sitting at Jack's that doesn't think Ben Roethlisberger's any good.
They sit there and say, when Ben came in as a rookie, he did this, he did that. Listen, Ben had a different team. This is one game. They had a Super Bowl team around them, okay?
Yeah.
They had a run game. They had a solid defense. The defense not that solid. No one's really helping Mason Rudolph. You listen to Ramon Foster on his radio show saying, we got to trust our quarterback. Look, you got to
trust your offensive coordinator.
He's got to trust the offensive line. And
the offensive line.
And he can't trust them right now. So there's no trust going on anywhere.
I'm afraid Steely McBeam is even coming off the rails right now.
Everyone needs to be held accountable, and this is a situation where trust me, I've played in Detroit, so I've been on some losing teams.
You said it, not me.
I was there in Philly when, Donovan gets, T.O. gets suspended, Pinkston's out with an injury, Donovan goes down with an injury. Next thing you know, everyone starts going down with injury. Westbrook, he had a foot injury. This guy had an injury. Pieces will start dropping. If they continue to lose, watch the pieces start dropping. Watch the guys that are saying, I got an injury. They won't want to play.
You've been inside an NFL locker room, so the psyche starts to crack. And I mean, either you do one of two things.
They'll continue to fight.
Let's hope so, because this guy behind us
if it gets to a certain
would
point,
not appreciate it if they quit fighting.
Yeah, but if it gets to a certain point, now some of the guys realize, hey, I'm playing for my job next year. But some other guys that realize that their job will be there, you know what, this season's a loss, I'm going to protect my body, I'm going to prolong my career, and I'm going to have an injury. I'm not saying that that's necessarily you're going to fake an injury, but hey, look, I've seen it happen in the past. I'm not saying guys are going to do it now, but you lose a few more games, watch the injuries start to tally up.
Now look, I know a lot of you folks watching this week are going, you guys are chucking it in after 0-3. No, we're not, because I'm an eternal optimist. You got to beat me with a ball bat and grind me into the mud, Mikey, to make me stop coming. My Irish, he's Irish too. You can't beat us hard enough. We're not quitting and we're not giving up. But I think what we're saying here offensively, I'm really worried, flare about Randy Fichtner's offensive calls. Your daddy left you. The offensive line all wants to go to Denver and talk to their dad and get a pep talk. Wide receiver core, you only got one legitimate wide receiver.
And unfortunately, they lost their wide receiver coach in training camp this year as well. So there's a whole lot of issues. There's a lot going on. It's a lot of pressure on Randy Fichtner's shoulders. And, you know, I'm not sure if he can handle it right now.
And defensively, well, they're a mess, and they need to start knocking the snot out of people. All right, Pittsburgh Sports Talk. I'm Tank. He's Mike. Keep sending us your beautiful YouTube, these clips, your comments. I absolutely love them. A big shout out to this week to Trey, who watches us every week. Mike, I don't know why he takes the time, bothers with us. Trey, I got your comment about Tank drinks too much coffee. I don't drink enough coffee. We'll see you next week on Pittsburgh Sports Talk.